Andy Ruiz, the very first Mexican champion. Mexican, let me rephrase that. Mexican heavyweight champion. And I'm also wearing a nutrition shirt, which I think is hilarious because when Andy Ruiz won, people tagged me in photos and said, Shorty finally won, he's a world champ. And I'm like, dude, that's Andy Ruiz. Oh man, I gotta get back on my diet. I need to hire a really good nutritionist. Somebody got a nutritionist they'd like to recommend? But anyways, check out the video. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Inside Team Shorty, where I give the reality, the truth, and everything behind the scenes of the sport of MMA. Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, beating Anthony Joshua, and I think that's amazing. The crazy thing was, people didn't look at his accolades. He had 100+ wins as an amateur. His last loss was to one of the guys that fought him with the distance with Anthony Joshua. Again, Andy Ruiz is a champion in his own mindset before he even got to that point. Snickers, I think that's amazing. I'm going to start eating Snickers. Sorry, nutrition. But the reason why I'm wearing the nutrition shirt, because he calls me fat or Jose Chubby Torres. So I felt like this would just be a funny thing to do. Anywho, everyone looked at Andy Ruiz, and even commentators, ESPN and all these different shows. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was so disrespectful to hear, why did you, Anthony Joshua, let this guy beat you up, this fat chubby kid? Why that shouldn't have happened? Why this? Why that? It's like, guys, think before you speak. Look at the background before you just judge a book by its cover. And that's really what this episode's about. It's how many champions have you seen that are, in a sense, not the average looking fighter? Look at some dominant fighters that even have never become champions. Roy Nelson's knocked out some former champions. Mark Hunt doing the same thing. But then you look at the opposite end. Alistair Overeem, Tim Kennedy, Yoel Romero. Those guys were never champions in the UFC. Why is that? They're perfect specimens. They're amazing. They are. I'm not denying that. But because of how they look, doesn't mean they're going to be champion. Hell, Sage Northcutt, best looking Ken doll in the world. And I just want to state, this guy got punched in the face, broke like 8 or 9 fractures in his bones, and still looked good after, post-surgery. Like, not puffy, still thin, and I'm just like, dude, I stubbed my toe and my face gets fat. Shout out nutrition. But it's like, how? But you also look at it, he's not a champion. He's a good fighter. I'm not ever going to say he's a bad fighter. And he has a lot of bravery for going in there. Hell, taking that one punch, the guy must have really threw a brick at you. But you never can judge a book by its cover, because one person looks a certain way doesn't mean you automatically, one, have to judge, make a predicament, and even have bad comments about him. Like one of the commentators saying Anthony Joshua should have dominated this guy, and there's no reason this fat chubby kid should have won. Don't ever think that. Mainly in the sport of fighting, see, if there's a minor league team coming up to fight or playing the majors, okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You automatically kind of judge. Or, D3 wrestling versus D1 wrestling, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a gap there. But in fighting, man, one thing can change it all. One punch can end it all. I don't care if Andy Ruiz could have had no accomplishments. He could have literally thrown one punch, it lands, and it's all over. So this one's more of a quick, short video, because especially in fighting, for you fighters going in there, naturally looking at him and go, oh, he doesn't have a six-pack, oh my god, he has a six-pack, oh my god, he looks strong. Doesn't mean he's not strong. I bet he is strong. Even those chubby guys, man, those guys can really put the weight behind it. Literally, and all puns intended, this guy is doing his job, but that doesn't mean they're not good. Because they're buff doesn't mean they're impressive. And because they're not doesn't mean they aren't. So guys, please don't judge a book by its cover. And I say that from the humblest point of view. For me, big head, little body, skinny kid growing up. Now I'm just fat and chunky. Shout out nutrition. But I had to stop picking on him. But, because he's really going to get back at me. this sport can surprise many. I've seen some really weird looking people, really big looking people, really awkward looking people be champions. And I'm not going to state any because they'll probably find me and beat me up. So it's one of those things that because you are physically perfect does not make you a champion. You could be the perfect specimen, but one shot can change it all. And again, shout out Andy Ruiz. I think you are an amazing person. You are extremely humble. I hope you do eventually fight, Joshua again and eventually beat him and go to Wilder and Fury. And I think that would be amazing. I got to support my Latinos. Shout out to you guys. But man, don't ever judge a book by its cover because he's chubby. And don't ever judge a book by its cover and say that he's going to eat that full Snickers. He might be nice enough to share it to you because I actually want a Snickers right now. But guys, what do you think about Andy Ruiz's performance? What do you think about even before seeing the fight going on? He's fighting Anthony Joshua, the perfect human being. But Anthony Joshua got dropped more than once, and it wasn't a controversial stop. He gave up in that fight. So what do you think? What are your comments? And guys, again, support Team Shorty, and I guess support Lutrition at Lutrition on Instagram and Lutrition on Twitter. But love you, Lou. I hope you don't watch this episode. But guys, leave your comments below. I appreciate all the love and support. And let me know what you guys want to talk about next. I appreciate it. Take care, guys. It's another episode of Inside Team Shorty.
So